Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for the April Fool's tag. So this is a tag that was created by Kaz from Cats and Camera a few years ago, and as April was coming up reasonably soon, she decided to tag a few people over on Twitter to say, hey, it's April Fool's Day, I have this tag, do you want to do the tag? And I thought that it seemed like a really fun tag, especially since April Fool's Day, the 1st obviously of April, falls on a Friday, which is one of the days that I said that I would be doing extra videos for VEDA, which is a video every day in April, which is a booktube community series of challenges and all that sort of thing that we do for ourselves in April and in August, if we want to, obviously. I've decided to take part in VEDA this April. I'm not going to be doing a video every single day because honestly I would not achieve that, but I will be doing 5 videos a week instead of 7, which is 3 more than normal. So I'm definitely still challenging myself. And yeah, I just thought what a fantastic way to start VEDA, to start April off, would be to do the April Fool's tag. So I will link the original video from Kaz down in the description box below so that you can go and find the tag should you wish to do the tag, and also subscribe to Kaz's channel because she is absolutely fantastic and I really think everyone should subscribe to her channel. Before we get started on the tag, I will also just say that with any of my tags, what I usually do is put an image of the books up rather than going and finding all of the books. Some of them I definitely own, some of them I may not, but either way they'll be here. Anyway, without any further prattling on from me, let's get straight into the tag, which I will be looking at my phone for. Alright, so question number 1 says, Fooled by the Front, a book whose cover has nothing to do with the plot. I had a really big think about this one, and I honestly am not sure whether the answer that I came up with is really that accurate. So the answer that I've come up with for this one is the Australian cover, and I think also the UK cover, for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Now I say that this doesn't have anything to do with the plot. I don't necessarily know that that's 100% true. The writing style is very whimsical and I think the cover is very whimsical. There are also stars sprinkled out throughout this, and stars play a little bit of a role in the story. Yeah. So I'm not sure it's 100% accurate, but I certainly don't, I mean, it didn't mislead me. I didn't look at it and think, well, hang on, that's got nothing to do with the plot. What on earth are they talking about? But it doesn't really tell you anything about the plot. It doesn't give you any idea of what to expect from the story. So in that regard, I think that it is maybe not misleading, but certainly not helpful in any way. So that's my answer for that one. Next, we have Don't Joke with My Emotions, a book that lulled you into a false sense of security, then broke your heart. I'm going to say anything in the realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. Anytime a tag asks me to talk about a book that broke my heart or made me cry, I pretty much always revert to Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb is an amazing author. The way that she writes is just beautiful. She has a really empathetic tone when she talks about the characters, and I think characters are one of her most outstanding parts of her work, which is what makes you end up having a broken heart, because you really get invested in the characters, in the stories. You really get invested in their storylines and in their emotions and their situations, and then inevitably something happens and it breaks your heart. Without giving any spoilers, hopefully. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler at this stage to say that Robin Hobb breaks your heart. There are a lot of booktubers currently who are exploring Robin Hobb's works, so I think that most people are now aware, given how many times people have said, I sobbed throughout this book, or something along those lines, that that is what happens with a Robin Hobb story. So yeah, anything in the realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. Next up, we have Leafing Through Lies, a book with a misleading synopsis. I have had a little bit of a think about this whole tag, but I really couldn't think up anything for this question. I can't think of anything that's a particularly misleading synopsis, but I do think that basically any thriller, they are deliberately trying to get your attention and make you intrigued, but of course obviously they don't want to give the main mystery away or the main plot point away. So I wouldn't say it's misleading specifically or lying to us, but I do think that the synopsises in thrillers usually are quite misleading or quite deliberately evocative of a mystery for the purposes of obviously getting us to be interested in the book. So I'd say, yeah, I'll go with that. That's a really generic and broad answer, but I wasn't really able to think of anything in particular. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I'll move on now to question 4. You played yourself. A book you really thought you would enjoy but didn't. Okay, so I might get a few people who are not very happy with me for this answer, and I have talked about this before on a number of videos recently, but I'm going to go with They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Every time I talk about this book, my kind of feelings towards the book seem to have lessened. This book was sold to me as something that was really philosophical, really meaningful, really had all this really profound concepts in it, and I just don't think that it hit that really. I think that it was a lot more surface level than people are saying that it is or implying that it is. I think that there were a lot of things that were touched on that could have been actually made into part of the storyline and that weren't. Yeah, this book was a total miss for me, and I wouldn't say I lied to myself necessarily, but I did feel like I was going to really enjoy it because so many people basically told me I was, and then I didn't. And like I said, the more I think about it, the less I like it, and yeah, it just was a total miss for me. So yeah, that one. Question number 5, it says Personal Prank, a book you keep telling yourself you're going to read but haven't yet. I'm in so many books. A book that I've put on a number of TBRs is The Disappearance of Ember Crow by Amberlynn Quay Molina. This is the second book in the Tribe trilogy. The first one being The Interrogation of a Charla Wolf, which I read last year and really enjoyed and keep intending to continue with it. I've put it on a few different TBRs and just haven't quite managed to get to it. Other books, for various reasons, have taken priority. So this is a book that I definitely feel like I keep kidding myself about. If you can hear that noise in the background, I apologize. That is the washing machine. I usually try to film around the noises so that that's not in the background, but I want to do quite a bit of filming today, and I also had some washing I needed to do, so yeah, there we are. But yeah, so that one. Another book is The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow, I think. I got this one for my birthday last year, I think, from Connor's Library Corner, and it looks really interesting. It looks like the kind of book I'd really like. I keep thinking I really should read that, and I just haven't yet. So there's that one. And I mean, like I said, I could continue naming books. But I'm going to move on to the next question because otherwise I could honestly just keep listing books for days. Number 6 is Fall Due, a book that caught you by surprise. Bam! Plot twist. Again, I could probably go with a lot of different thrillers. A lot of different thriller readers often say that thrillers are potentially disappointing to them or they saw it coming. I never see them coming. I'm just not I don't know why, I just never see the plot twist. Almost never see the plot twist. So pretty much any thriller is probably going to end up being the answer to this question. Thrillers that I read recently that definitely were that. The Woman in the Window, I did not see the twist at the end of that coming. What else have I read recently that I would say falls into that category? The Bluffs by, what is his name? Kyle Perry. Definitely didn't see those twists and turns coming, but yeah, so those two. Again, I could probably continue, but let's move on. Number 7, Fake Your Death, a book that tricked you into thinking your fave was untouchable. I'm not 100% sure what this question means. I'm really sorry about the beeping. The washing machine is finished. and that's how it makes sure you know that it's finished. I don't know why it needs to beep like multiple times, but anyway. Yeah, I don't really know what this means. A book that tricked you into thinking your fave was untouchable. I don't know if that means what is your favourite book, or if that means a book that you thought you would love but then you didn't love it, so therefore your favourite was still your favourite, or if it means that a book that you found that unseated your favourite as your favourite book. I'm sorry, I don't know what that question means. So yeah, I honestly don't know what that question means. So I'm going to move on. Finally, we have number 8, and that is Foolproof, a book that completely satisfied you. So I really, really enjoyed the Arc of the Scythe trilogy. I know a lot of people say that the final book in that trilogy, was disappointing. I can see why people felt that way, definitely. It didn't necessarily go the way that I anticipated it would go, but I still really enjoyed it, and it definitely thoroughly satisfied me. The whole trilogy was amazing, amazingly written, really, really interesting concepts explored really well, and yeah, just thought it was fantastic. So that is the trilogy that I'm going to have as the answer to that question. But yeah, so I'm now going to tag some people, because it doesn't say that specifically, but I always tag people, so that's what I'm going to do. I recently saw Victoria from What Victoria Read do a thing where she went through her subscriptions list and tagged people that way. So I'm actually going to do the same or similar. I'm going to go through my recently watched list, so my watch history list, and tag some people whose videos I've watched recently. Because otherwise I end up tagging the same people over and over again. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And in fact, some of those people are possibly recently watched, but yeah. So I will tag Cara from Wild Book Garden. I will tag Kat from Brews and Reviews. I will tag Brooke from Brooke's Books. I will tag Leanne from Literary Diversions. And I will tag Victoria from What Victoria Read. So those are the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that I watched this morning. So yeah, all those people are tagged. Obviously, if you do not wish to do the tag, then ignore. But yeah, I'd love it if you did do the tag. That was the April Fool's Day tag. That is my first video for VEDA. I think that's everything that I was going to say for today's video. So yeah, if you have any comments on anything that I have said in this video, please comment them below. If you would like to do the video, let me know if you've done it. I would love to have a look at that as well. If you'd like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then leave me I don't know. Leave me a thumbs up emoji, because we were talking about a book that really satisfied me. All of my social media details are listed in the description below, so if you'd like to go and follow me on any of those other platforms, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.